which means that the team who is able to secure a victory here is going to gain some much needed momentum going into what could be the match point of the entire series. They're gonna start jungling on the same side once again, but GB on the Roger going to be a lot quicker.
Wow.
Almost straight away, Yum's losing a majority of his life, forcing an early recall, and Zorn reconfirming the information that he already knows. Yep, he sees the guys. That's exactly what we want. And now, from this point onwards, homeboys, they're going to try and take as many small advantages as possible, like Lethal Wanderer, forcing out Retributions, anything they can.
So guys get to keep it Retribution. Ram sidestep the Earth Shatter, but Chibi, he's about to hit 4, and yeah, so guys doesn't want anything to do with that. Just give it over to Chibi.
Not the most fortunate situation, but better than giving an early lead that we already know is going to affect the rest of the game quite heavily. GB feels very comfortable on these carry style of junglers. It's the way that he started in MPL. And clearly, even with the nerfs to Roger, doesn't seem to have affected him all that much. That first turtle fight, again, gonna be a very important timing for both squads.
Well, let's find out how it goes, right? Because so far, in terms of like who's been getting priority more consistently, it's Udil. But that just means that Stormy needs items to actually scale. Cram as well as Subbot. This lane is interesting because it's either really heavily in Subbot's favor, or Cram is not going to let Subbot ever walk up to the minions again.
Yeah, and I think Cram is trying to get that freeze going. Yeah, he's freezing the wave.
Exactly what he should be doing here, especially since the turtle is going to be spawning on the top side. The easier it is for his side to farm, the earlier they'll hit level 4, the better they will be able to control that turtle pit first.
That was a crucial onwards. Zorn looking for his spore, and Yum gonna run out of the power of nature, but Zorn hasn't had the ultimate just yet. So SRG feeling comfortable to start the turtle first. Chibi is a full level ahead of Sakai. This is not gonna be an easy turtle contest. Udio and Safat also joining the fight. Chibi, he's gonna start to take out space. Zorn finds the kick, kicks the guys away. That means Turtle easily goes over the homeboys. Yum's forced away. The Earth Shatter does connect onto Cram. Chibi not gonna commit to it. SRG forced to fall back.
Yep, this is a lot slower than what we're used to, right? Homeboys, they're not pressing their lead too heavily against SRG, and even SRG not even trying to contest it too hard against Homeboys. It's better to walk away with a missing objective than walk away missing the objective and having 4 down.
Gone on. Does have the Jit Kundo. I don't think they can kill it, Miss. Zorn is just here to waste time. The guy still continues to try and chase his stuff, but misses the onwards. Cram commits to the combo, but Zorn is just too slippery.
He's got the schmovement! He's got the schmovement! And even without the flicker, he is sneakily slipping through. This allows Chibi to actually steal away the orange bomb and continue to get ahead.
TV is gonna be like 2 levels ahead of Skies consistently here. Roger just farms so quickly, and Zorn is doing such a good job of just being a nuisance in the jungle. There's a reason he's a local legend on this hero specifically. And the Red Giants are on the receiving end of it right now. Homeboys, their net worth lead, definitely not as big as it was in the previous game, but it's slowly adding up.
On my bottom side though, at least we are, oh, hold on. Take their time because Cram, he's winning out these trades, slightly behind in EXP, but that's totally fine, right? As long as he doesn't die. But bot side, at least we're noticing that some of the moves coming in from SRG, the rotations are now leading more towards that bottom side of the map, just to make sure that Innocent doesn't get locked out and is able to scale faster against the Homeboys while the gold deficit is very minimal.
I think they have kind of switched to a contingency plan, right? Like my jungler isn't working out well, top lane is, XP lane is static, we've gotta somehow get in the ton as much as the lead as we can, no matter how small it is. You're gonna see Zorn here, and that's good enough. The fact that Homeboys is playing such a technical draft and still able to find a small lead against SRG this early on is super impressive.
Yeah, it is. And now they're going to give 2 waves over to Innocent. One from the mid lane and down. He's going to run back down bot side. And they're going to do the same thing, right? SRG, unless they find a very clear opportunity to get a kill on the Homeboys, for the most part, I don't think this is not much of a contest.
Gonna let the turtle reset. Stormy takes 1 shot to Feather airstrike, but Udio is gonna hold on to that as long as he can. Uses the rest onto Sakai. Zorn flickers kick, and that means there should be no turtle, but somehow Stormy steals it. The Eternal Guardian knocked out Chibi, but Sakai needs to get out. Nest with a blazing duet. Sakai will fall. SRG, they will be the one to get first blood though onto Zorn. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but turtle for SRG.
Yep, and now the mid is open. They've cut rotational paths off. They want this tier 1 bad, and Sopat realizing that he's got no reinforcements, onwards, out of there.
Cram is here. Dangerous spot to be in. Chibi wants to run away. Here comes the full combo. Chibi dodges it. Able to survive still. Innocent now brought to the mid lane.
All right. We're seeing signs of life from the Red Giants here. They didn't fall into the trap from the homeboys. Played it safe and steady around that turtle pit. And that allowed them to get the ball rolling. Stormy stealing the turtle. Innocent getting a kill onto Zorn. Unfortunately, they did still end up losing Skies, though, so this jungle level difference is continuing to plague them.
Yeah, but at least for Skies, he might be able to get a couple of his camps to catch back up. But GB, he's power farming out of his mind, right? By the time we see Skies hit level 8, we should see GB be hitting level 10.
Cram is having a good time against the bot.
That is the expected result. As long as you don't overstep your boundaries in this matchup, it should be favored toward Paquito almost 100% of the time. The net worth lead, not much for the homeboys, and we've seen this in many previous games from SRG as well. Doesn't matter if they're behind in that early game, as long as the net worth difference isn't that much, they will scale up.
It's the closest any game has been, honestly, this entire series for both teams. 6.5 minutes, and no one having a substantial lead. Conceal was used by Yums. Yeah, wow, the Zorn is too good with the Shunpo timing.
Yep.
It's too good, but Cram on the other hand, not as lucky.
Wow. Not enough to execute in the light compound. At least they get the tier 1 top.
Wow, I'm surprised he actually made it out of that one. Okay, fair enough. They trade 1 for 1, 1 tower each. They're going to go and recall back for this upcoming turtle fight, and I think for the most part of it, like SRG, they're probably going to be sticking to their current plan and playing around nets and leaving Cram to clear waves.
I think that's probably the best way to go about it right now.
That's a wild charge. Catching Zorn without CC immunity. Subbat gets the flip onto Yuza. Yuza flickers out, and here comes the entropy. Yuza still goes down thanks to Subbat, but it's double kill for Innocent. And I don't think Chibi can stay here for any longer. It takes a lot of damage, but still gets down nets. Escorts in with a blazing duet, cancelled by Cram. SRG is starting to strike back.
Good peel from the side of SRG. Really, really good stuff coming in from Cram as well. Making sure, I mean, Stormy and Cram are both looking at the back line to see how far they're catching up to that front line. And they want to continuously put a wedge between the two. Now, this means that Turtle should fall into the hands of SRG, but considering the mid laners, it's a little tough.
On, flicker, kick. That is just the guys, but Nets and Chibi are onto him, and Cram will make sure that he gets out.
All right, this is what SRG have been looking for here. And now this is a little bit worrying for the homeboys, right? We know a lot of these games come towards the gold lane scaling. And Innocent has already been fed 3 kills in total. He's got a 1.5k gold lead on net, so this Claude needs to catch up.
Holy Crystal incoming. He's 4 to go away from that.
Oh man, once he finishes that Holy Crystal, there's no way Nets beats him in a 1v1. Not until he gets that golden staff. And again, it's so situational, right? You have to hope he doesn't have entropy. You have to hope that he doesn't have enough golden staff stacks on Nets. There's so many little things to take into consideration.
We are definitely getting a much more even game, though, for game number 5. It's back to 0. Concealed play from Zorn. They're looking for someone. Cram gonna be the first one they see, but he spots them out too.
Let's see if Cram can get out of this. The flicker to get himself behind his turret, but Jimmy wants to finish Zorn. Still surviving. He trades Zorn for his life, and Jimmy is in a rough spot. And I don't think he's getting out of this.
Wow.
The outplay from Cram.
He's done his job. He falls at the end, but man, did it take homeboys a long time to land that final blow. And in that time, he bought enough space for Skies to come in and punish the homeboys, and now they're upping the ante.
And Subbat cannot move. That is, I mean, just one outplay. And SRG has found recovery. By the way, Cram has lethal ignition Paquito.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
He is here to kill.
He's full damage, baby. He wants to be able to hurt. And whenever he has Flicker, he's an absolute machine. He's dangerous. We're looking at the rest of the damage dealt ranking. Udil on top, right under him Stormy, and right under Stormy, a pretty close race for second here with Innocent.
One thing that they have to be wary of, homeboys, they're not all that far behind just yet. Only 2,000 gold difference. So they can still scale up quite easily with a Claude and a Farsa.
Yo, Innocent. Oh my goodness, that's Flicker already.
They almost got nets too. Cram was focusing him down. So the multi-pronged attack from Selangor Red Giants shows they're feeling a lot more confident.
Jungler level down, but it's fine. Lord secured for SRG. The pivot point slowly becoming apparent for the Red Giants.
Yep. This is, I mean, Homeboy's still trying to recover from the damage, right? A lot of them at this point, 27 to 31. Not that big of a deal for the side of the Homeboys. Checkmate angle might not be achievable for the side of SRG as long as the Homeboys are very disciplined and really pick and choose where they take their fights.
Yeah, their cores have not died at all, basically, like other than one death on Chibi. So Nets and Udil should still be farming pretty all right. Not quite as quick as Innocent, but enough to remain in the game somewhat. As long as they're able to get some kind of shutdown, get a little bit of a pivot, they're still in a perfectly fine position, actually.
Lord is coming on bottom though, so SRG will get the top, will get the mid tier 2 at least. Innocent level 14. It's 2 levels there, that's one shot Udil.
He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous. Once that Holy Crystal is done, he is just tapping people left, right, and center.
Chibi caught by the fear. Zorn, he's still waiting for an opportunity. But they are going to lose this bottom inhibitor. What can Zorn get? Stormy rooted down, but still, they're not going to wait SRG. They don't see any signs of life from Homeboys, and they're just going to pounce. Vice grip around the throats of the Homeboys. They want the series point, and Homeboys lost 3 in an instant. Udil and Zorn to keep this alive, but Udil doesn't even get to use his ultimate. And this is probably the quickest game of the series. Cram runs out of Fountain Rays. SRG finding series.